Yo. Yo. Group, Patron, Joe Boxer. There we have the green flag. Instigator immediately jumps out to lead, leaving everybody else in their wake. You can see Mikasuki also with a good start there, heading down towards the Deerfield Beach Pier. The Lucas Oil 39-foot skater also got a great start there, but to the front of the pack right away is Team Instigator and Mikasuki Indian Gaming. Just all the way on the beach side, Lucas Oil trying to play catch-up. Great start for this Super V fleet here in Deerfield Beach. Three boats to the front of the pack: Lucas Oil, Mikasuki Indian Gaming, and Instigator. Mercury number 22 is a 42-foot fountain powered by twin Mercury 525 horsepower inboard engines with the Mercury number 6 drive. From Port Washington, always have the Instigator out front of the pack. Very strong running boat. Jerry Haney, the crew chief, always has it in the top of the pack. gambling and resort needs in the Miami area, Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Brett Bershman and Troy Hannon aboard. Always a front runner here in SPI in the Super V class. There you can see how their onboard camera just behind the Instigator there. Instigator out front, Miccosukee in second, Lucas Oil currently running in third place. There you can see some of the spectator fleet here in Deerfield. A pretty good spectator fleet down the 3-mile straightaways here on the ocean side. Reggie Fountain's different factory boat. There you see Rio Roses motoring past Lucas Oil. Water's getting a little bumpier in the back section here. Rio Roses having no problem as Lucas Oil trying to walk in a little bit, trying to keep up. There you can see great adventure in the P4 class as these Super Bs go roaring past them. At the wheel today, David Peterson out of Venice, Florida is the throttle man and owner of the Black Pearl. Peterson's home in Venice, Inglewood, Florida, is one of the main sponsors of Team Black Pearl, the number 16 Super V. And driver, longtime throttle man, is Troy Hannon, keeping the boat moving along. The boat is a 32-foot 2004 Doug Wright catamaran powered by twin Mercury 280 horsepower outboards. Last year it was the world and national champion. Also, this team was the 2005 P3 world champion. Darren Schwartz, owner of DAS North Miami, nearby is the driver. Troy Hannon from Davie, Florida is the throttle man. The crew always does a great job keeping this boat in shape and ready to go. conquered first place at the Fountain Grand Prix in Washington, North Carolina, as well as the class champion in 2006 Lake Rescue Shootout in Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. First place at the Chattanooga Grand Prix, and second place at the Riverfest in New Richmond, Ohio. Right there, there's the P3 was up. Big waters here, bumpy waters already. You can see Bacardi Silver just getting their new boat sorted. Was up all the way on the inside with Ed Smith, Anthony Smith, and John Hagan aboard. It's a 32-foot Viper hull with twin 720 horsepower was up racing engines. Another newcomer to the sport there, Team Mojo in the middle of your screen, Stan Prokowski and Grant Bruggerman. As was up motors to the front of the P3 class. We have 3 onboard cameras aboard what's up, so we should have lots of great footage from the cockpit. What's up with the great battle side by side with Polo Tropical? Polo Tropical is a 1992 38-foot Top Gun cigarette, powered by twin Tyler Crockett 1,000 horsepower inboards. The owner and driver is Frank Araces, and your throttleman is Albert Enchimendina. The team would like to thank Polo Tropicals, Araces Rodriguez Public Attorney, and Mesa Balance and Racing Engines for all their sponsorship and support. Oh boy, getting a little loose there in the CMS Castaway. Bob. Big hit there. Moving along pretty good, and out of nowhere, big wave comes along. Catches you off guard. Great shot there from freeze frame video. Come down with no problem at all and motoring right along. Had a pretty tense moment there in the cockpit, but they keep going with no problems at all. You can see the seas are building here in Miami. Getting rougher by the minute here. Division champions in the P5 class. This year they moved up and bought the championship winning Levy craft and are doing very well here together in their first race in Miami Beach at the SBI APVA season opener for 2005. They'd like to wish a special thanks to everyone at Levy Craft for getting the boat ready and inviting them to be part of their team, and Kevin Cooper for sharing his experiences and help in setting up the boat. They'd like to thank all their sponsors for all the help with product, and lendingresults.com for taking care of them on the road. This is a great family team. Both Chance and Brian have like to thank their wives, Christina and Erica, for their loving support, and say hi to their biggest fans, their girls, Jessica, Kara, and Jordan. Owner and driver is from Wilmington, Delaware. Grant Bruggeman, the throttleman and rigger, is from Cooper City, Florida. This is the first race for this new team here. Beautiful Dugwright rigged by Grant's Custom Rigging in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Sponsors include Honeywell Systems and leaksandheat.com. Going on board now, Keene University Team AMF Offshore Racing. 24-foot Pantera, Scott Begovich and Monty Palma aboard. Very rough in a 20. Whoa, big jump. Oh, my God. Both guys coming out of the boat. Scott Begovich and Monty Palma going overboard here aboard the Keene University AMF Offshore Racing. Quickly, you see a couple boats others stop there, but here's the slow motion replay of that huge jump right at the start of the race and going overboard. The Keene University Cougars going for a swim. Keene University AMF Offshore Racing has a second boat, a 29 Warlock, that won the Key West World Championships. They will be campaigning a little later in the season as soon as Al Chesley, the owner and throttleman, recovers from an off-season car accident. Very rough ride there by Scott Begovich and Monty Palma there, going for a swim at early stages of the Miami Beach Grand Prix, the AMF. Here's another AMF Offshore Racing team. What's up? John Hagan from AMF is your navigator. Anthony Smith is the throttleman and Ed Smith is the driver. Doing battle there with Polo Tropical, Frank Ekris and Albert Enchimedina. Great battle in P3 class off of Miami Beach. 38-foot Top Gun Cigarette against a 32-foot Viper Marine.